This is JC from Real and Simulated Wars. I have been flying DCS using a VR headset for 3 weeks now, and I thought it was about time to throw in a quick video to share some impressions and make some comments about the whole gig. The first thing that's gonna happen to you when you sit in any of the cockpits for DCS using a VR headset is gonna be, of course, first, that sense of 3D. I'm just here, appreciating this sense of depth that everything has. You can see everything in 3D. The second thing it is that the illusion of the size is just perfect. Everything is dimensioned perfectly, almost that you can reach it with your hand. Those are two very important things. And of course, the natural movement of the head. That's a no less important thing, because since we're flying fighters, that thing of watching targets, either ground or air, is very, very, very important. Again, to dispel some common considerations about these VR headsets, it is that you can mostly read anything. I am sitting in maybe one of the most difficult to read cockpits for the markings for the most part. This has been indicated in a variety of places. Right now, as you may have seen in the introduction for this video, I'm using a Rift S, and pretty much you can read it. There is also this very useful function called VR zoom in, which is very, very, very good. So overall, it's pretty satisfying. And well, here I am taking off towards near Batumi, and everything is great. But in my case, the first thing that I noticed for the first time that I jumped in, it is visuals do suffer, mainly for the things that are outside the cockpit.
There is a friendly F-14, 5 o'clock, 2 miles.
As Jester telling us about our wingman coming out. And of course, there is a degradation in visuals that may bother some people. And it is something very important to be considered if you're thinking of getting one of these. So far, I have to tell you, I have been through VR, back to the monitor, etc., etc., and I cannot shake myself out of the VR. I have to be honest. I thought it will not work for me, but actually it does, and there are several reasons for it.
Bra 100, 68 miles, Angel 23.
It is not the immersion, because everything is an illusion, if you will, of course, but the most important part for me, it is the head movement. I know I'm a weirdo, but that is very, very important. Not anymore I have to be dealing with curves and everything for track IR, which it is very good, but I have the feeling that this supersedes whatever I have had before, even when the graphics have suffered. And the other common misspelling it is, well, what's going to happen with not only the gauges and the speed indicators and all the indicators that you have in the cockpit, that what will happen with ground targeting and everything like that. And I have to tell you, I have been able to spot targets. Of course, the definition is less, because the resolution of the screen that is put in front of you, it is significantly less. In that sense, there is no way to replace the monitor. And well, look what's happening here. I just switched it to the back seat of the Rio, and I'm looking at different buttons, turning on the targeting pod, and yeah, for some things I do have to zoom in, I asked Jester just to select the GBO 16s because that indicator over there is quite small, probably one of the smallest things in the whole series is that indicator. Maybe the round count is over there. So there you go. And I'm switching between different waypoints with my targeting pod, and right there, target for today, it is a bridge. And I'm switching back and forth. I changed my laser to automatic, and I can see perfectly fine. Of course, the resolution is less, no doubt about that, but I'm not having any problem. And just for the record, watching this thing, using the VR is the 3D model is so detailed. You can see every crevice, every pipe over there, every piece of hardware. Is just fantastic. So I'm approaching the target area, and as soon as I get closer, I'm gonna lock in and drop the bombs.
Copy.
And as you have noticed, I'm using. I'm sitting in the Rio seat, and while I have been in the pilot seat, I just turn it off Jester, because he tends, as I go back and forth, he tends to turn off the targeting pod, which is really very annoying. So right now you can barely see over there the target area. This is the low resolution is due more for due to the low resolution of the pod itself, the simulated hardware, not exactly something like that. And well, the view distance somehow reduce it, but the degradation is not that dramatic as people may sometimes indicate or make you feel. Of course, there is still high resolution monitors. I can show you this in all its beautiful quality, but in my case I'm not suffering too much. In the top left corner over there you can see some smoke coming out of Batumi. This mission, maybe I can write it, this is part of a series that I'm flying. I'm targeting that thing over there, and soon I'm going to lock in. And right now just ground stabilize it, and we will see how this mission goes. This is actually a very cool mission. It doesn't have too many units, and I just switch it to the pilot. The target is logged in. I'm gonna steer and wait for the release queue to come in.
Contact armored target 10 o'clock, point 4. 2. Contact air defense target 10 o'clock, point 3.
Pickle. I have been having some issues with the laser guided bombs lately. Sometimes they will fail to fetch that laser signal. They will free fall. Oh, as you can see, my targeting has not been very, very good. I'm just targeting the very edge of the bridge. Let's hope we can hit it. Oh, that felt actually better than what I thought. And I'm moving my head, and I can see the explosion over there. Again, the head movement is completely natural, if you will. That illusion of a world surrounding you is almost perfect. The only thing that you need, of course, is the seat of the pants. And then Well, one thing that I noticed in everybody using one of these VR headsets, it is to how many pains they go to reach high FPS. As for myself, I'm pretty much happy with my settings, and as far as I can run this without too many jitters and stutters, I'm perfectly fine. I do believe I have my trees at 80% or something like that, plus some other adjustments that I have made. The very important thing where you will notice this lack of performance of your card or your computer, it is when you watch to the side, both sides of the copy. Of course, this is places where you're watching where things are changing very, very rapidly. In my case, right here, I don't know why in this particular video I'm seeing a bit of, tearing, like, that band rubber banding type of thing. This is not dramatic, and I haven't seen in previous plays of this mission. But anyway, I will continue to fly this, but I understand that this type of videos is not very indicative of not very pleasant to the eye for you guys because of the aspect ratio and the resolution. So stay tuned for more, and thank you for watching.